What's up, everybody? You're very welcome along to Mundo Sporto. My name is Craig and I'm going to be hosting today's watch-along of Granada's game against Manchester United in the quarter-final of the Europa League. First leg taking place tonight, second leg taking place obviously back in Manchester. I hope that you're all well. I hope that you're all ready for an interesting game, to say the least. I mean, I've got no idea what to expect from Granada side of things. It'll be interesting and I'm looking forward to the 90 minutes. As always, you're very welcome in no matter where you're from. If you're a United fan, a Granada fan, a neutral, welcome to the channel. I hope that you enjoy the content and I'm going to be taking you through the game as always with some alternative match commentary, and we'll have a little bit of fun along the way. You know I'm a Liverpool fan, but I'm always entirely unbiased when I'm on here doing watch-alongs. This isn't Anfield Agenda, this is Mundo Sporto, so I park up my Liverpool bias, put it in a little box, put it in the corner of the room over there, and I unlock it down when the game's over and get back to being my Liverpool fan best. Right, ladies and gentlemen, today's watch-along as always is being brought to you with thanks to the good folks at the OneFootball app. If you haven't yet downloaded the best free football app in the world, then shame on you. You can make sure you download the app. There is a link in the description of our stream that will bring you straight to download the OneFootball app. It's got everything that you need. League tables, transfer news, statistics. If you've got an iPhone, it's got this cool new augmented reality feature as well. Lots of stuff with the transfer gossip coming up over the summer as well. There's nowhere better to be than in the OneFootball app. If you're like me and you like sitting on the jacks, as we say here in Ireland, then you need a little bit of scrolling material. OneFootball is always my go-to when I've got those few free minutes to myself. There is a link to OneFootball pinned to the top of the live chat as well. If you'd use that link, it lets the good folks at OneFootball know that we sent you over. And without OneFootball support, not just us, but many other football fan content creators wouldn't be able to do what we do. So lots of love to the good folks at OneFootball, and make sure to go and try out the app if you haven't done so already. How are we, ladies and gents? Right, what have we got? Score prediction. You know what? For once I'm flummoxed. I can't give you one because I'm absolutely baffled as to how this game might go. So I'm looking to United fans and Granada fans now to give me the score predictions, because usually I have a fair idea, but I've not seen much of Granada, I won't lie. So, you know, if you get to the quarterfinals of the Europa League, you've clearly got to have something about you, but I won't lie and sit here and say that I'm a font of knowledge when it comes to Granada and all things Granada. So, yeah, let's just wait and see what happens. But look, we have a little look at the starting 11s anyway for today's game. So, like, without any further ado, let me bring up the starting 11. Again, we're brought to you with thanks to the good folks at the OneFootball app. So, Silva for Granada. Silva in goal. Then it's Miguel, Vallejo, Duarte, Tay, Rivaldo. Is that how you pronounce his name? Yeah, Rivelo, Gunalona, Rodriguez, Montoro, Kennedy, and Soldado. I do know Soldado. I remember Roberto Soldado. There's a blast from the past. Manchester United have gone with David De Gea, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, Maguire and Shaw as their back five. In midfield then McTominay and Pogba are the two. The three ahead of them, Marcus Rashford, Bruno Fernandes and Daniel James, and Mason Greenwood up top makes up the starting 11 for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's Manchester United. How are we, gents? Said Yo Mundo Sporto. My score prediction 6-0 United. What's yours? Honestly, haven't got a clue. Have not got a clue, mate, about this one. I don't know much about Granada other than Roberto Soldado. Other than that, I don't know too much about them. 4-1 to United, said the 18th. 3-1 United, said Odegaard 21. Or 1's going 1-0 United. Elevator Kids going Granada 1 United 2. Hey look, it's Anfield Agenda. Hey, it's Craig. I do have a real name, mate. It is Craig, although I don't mind being known as Anfield Agenda. I have to say, it doesn't bother me too much, but I do have a real name and it is Craig. My guy Rashford gets no bloody rest at Elton. I think it's a matter of needs must, mate. You know what I mean? You're pretty safe there in the Champions League spots in the league, as much as it kills me to say it. No one's catching Man City. I think we'll all agree on that one. So, you know, this is a competition that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer will look to try and go and win. And, you know, Klopp had this thing about semi-finals. He was known as about losing finals for a long time. Solskjaer has this little thing around semi-finals, doesn't he? So, he has to play Rashford because with the injury to Martial and stuff as well, there aren't many real options for him. Of course, you know, you've got the young guy you brought in as well, who is a very good talent by the looks of it, but he has to play Rashford, I think. He might look to try and put this to bed tonight, mate. Maybe he'll get a rest in the quarterfinal or something in the second leg. I don't know, but yeah, I mean, he can't really rest him, can he? Granada keeper is good, said Odegaard 21. Thank you for that, mate. Cedric Lopez, how are you again, mate? Said, hey Craig and the mods predict a United win 2-1. Ethan's Corner, I haven't got a Scooby-Doo about a prediction, mate. Honestly, this is one game I'm just going to have to say I don't know. When it comes to a prediction, I've no idea. I've no idea why you're saying because I said so, James, because I haven't got a clue what the fuck you're on about. You're one of them, mate, are you? Right, we're just going to get rid of you because we like people in our chat, mate, to show others respect. And clearly you think you're some kind of a Billy Big Bollocks, mate, when I'm not even sure that your bollocks have dropped yet. But don't be disrespecting other people in the chat and telling them they can only speak when you say so. The only person with that power here, my friend, is me. Because I'm the one that says when people can or can't speak. Because I've got the microphone and I've got the mouse that bans people from the chat, mate. And Odegaard21 has been nothing but respectful all the time he's been in here. And you, sir, need to learn to show a little bit of respect to other people in the chat. So, bye-bye for you, my friend. Answer me. Dildar, a bit of respect, mate. Don't come into my chat telling me to do anything. So first and foremost, mate, a little bit of go fuck yourself. Learn some respect. Don't come in and say, answer me. I'll deal with the chat and respond to people how and when I want to, mate. And people that show me respect. So don't dare come into my chat and say, answer me, like you're some kind of fucking king, pal. There's only one king around here, and he's sitting on a beautiful red and white chair. So if you don't like it, mate, you know where the door is. But don't dare use that attitude in our chat. Answer me. Fuck yourself. My wife wouldn't even say that to me, and she's with me 20 years. Answer me. What type of spoiled little petulant brat are you? Answer me. Who the hell do you think you're talking to? Craig, when you say Villa predictions coming out, it's coming out tomorrow, Sakina, tomorrow, so it should be out tomorrow afternoon. I just recorded it, well, I recorded my part of it before the Anfield Agenda show earlier on, and Jack and Leon recorded their part of it earlier on, so that'll be coming out tomorrow afternoon on Anfield Agenda. Yes, Yusuf, I did see your email, and I absolutely haven't got the time, mate. I haven't got the time to do a load of stuff at the minute, buddy. I've had to turn down so many kind offers of doing stuff, but I just haven't got the time, mate. I can't understand it. Like, how hard is it for people to come into the chat and show people respect? Because 95%, 99% of the people in our chats are lovely, warm people. And there's a rule on this channel. If you come in here and you show me and you show the other people in the chat respect, you will get love and respect right back from all of us. But if you come in giving a Billy Big Bollocks, you're gone very quickly. Brian, how are you, my man? Thank you for the super chat. Welcome in. Gonna miss you when you're gone, Craig. I'm not going anywhere. I've cleared that up so many times, mate. I'm not going anywhere. I'm here for the long haul. I'm not leaving any of the channels. I'm here for the long haul now. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna eventually make this a career. Whether it takes me 6 months, a year, 2 years. My wife said to me, she believes in me. Carry on at what you're doing, and that's good enough for me. If she believes in me, then you know I'll go with that. But yeah, I'm not going anywhere. Score prediction, said Tom Crawford. I honestly don't know, Tom, mate. This is a difficult one for me because I don't know a lot about Granada. But if you get to the quarterfinals of any European competition, you definitely got to have something about you. And you know, the only name I really recognise on there is Soldado, really up top for them. So I'm intrigued by this one. I really am. Arunique, I hope I pronounced that one correctly, my friend. Arunique Chowdhury said, love from India, Craig. Love right back to you, mate, from, I would say sunny Ireland, but it hasn't been too sunny today, my man. But love right back to you, and thank you for being here with us. I don't know who Rick the Red is, mate. Sorry. Who's Rick the Red? I mean, excuse my ignorance. I don't know who Rick the Red is, so I can't give you an opinion on somebody I don't know. And that's meant not disrespectful. I just genuinely don't know who the person is. What have we got? Dylan's gone 3-0 to United. Greenwood brace and a Bruno penalty. Remember this, Dylan. It's in there, mate. I've locked it away. It's ready. If it is the case, you'll get your nod of approval, sir. I promise you. From the United stand. Do you know what? When I watch the United stand, I'm usually watching, and I've told people this, I'm not somebody that watches much YouTube content because I don't have a lot of spare time. All my spare time is usually dedicated to doing stuff here on Anfield Agenda, but I usually try and tune into one of Mark's streams or maybe something that one of the other guys are doing. Maybe something, I don't know, I'm not someone that watches much YouTube, mate. I more catch clips here and there, so I honestly don't know much about Rick the Red. Opinions on Goldbridge. Mark's a good friend of mine. Mark is like a mentor to me. Mark has taught me a lot about this industry. Mark, Drawdy, and the guys have been very, very helpful to us, and somebody who I respect, somebody who I admire, and somebody who I'm proud to call a friend. I mean, I seen the picture of when he got the 1 million gold YouTube button the other day, and my God, I didn't realise it was so big. But yeah, Goldbridge is the GOAT as far as I'm concerned, and someone I'm proud to call a friend. What else have we got? And KG, by the way, is hilarious as well. Great addition to the United Stand family. Got to know KG a little bit during my time on Twitter. Haven't chatted with him yet, but I'm sure I'll sort that at some point soon. But yeah, he's a funny dude as well, and somebody who's great for banter. What's my main goal for YouTube? You know, it's difficult because I've got a few different things, mate. I mean, I'm somebody who tries to think 2, 3, 4, 5 years down the line. So, of course, I want to create the Anfield Agenda community into the biggest and best Liverpool fan community on the internet. That's, you know, it's a big dream, but I think everyone who starts a fan channel has that dream. Mundo Sporto, we want to use this as both a means to show up-and-coming YouTubers. Like you've seen Jack Gill on here, you'll see Jake McBoss on here, you'll see the likes of Corey from the West Ham Way on here, you'll see Dave As a Party from Talking Wolf maybe, and lots of other people. I want to give them a platform to show what they can do. So thankfully this channel's building up, and we will start to eventually add more sports to it as well. There's the Mundo Sporto podcast, but my long-term goal is to probably have these things, but I love talking to people that interest me. So my long-term goal, as well as Anfield Agenda and this, will probably be to have a Jack May happy hour style, or a True Geordie style, or a Joe Rogan style type of podcast where I can just talk to people that have always interested me about fascinating subjects, and people who I find that, you know, I think I would click with, and people who... I'm someone that loves learning things. I'm someone that loves being informed about other people's opinions and topics that I'm not too up on. So yeah, that probably a podcast long term, a video podcast with me talking to guests that I find interesting. That's probably the long term goal on top of Anfield Agenda. Right, teams are coming out onto the pitch, so let's have a look at the starting 11 one more time again. This stream is being brought to you with thanks to our friends at the OneFootball app, which you can download from the link at the top of the chat. And the starting 11s here also, as you can see, brought to you by the good folks at OneFootball. So it's Silva in goal, then it's Diaz, Miguel, Vallejo, Duarte, Navate. Excuse me, I've never heard of some of these gentlemen before. Herrera, Ravelo. Then it's Gonalons? Yes, I've heard of him actually. Kennedy, Montero, Rodriguez, Soldado. Then for Manchester United, it's De Gea, Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, Maguire and Shaw that make up the back five. 2 holding midfielders, McTominay and Pogba. Then it's Marcus Rashford, Bruno Fernandes, Daniel James and Mason Greenwood that make up the starting 11 for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's United. I haven't seen much of Granada. Puskas is God. No, I won't lie to you, mate. I haven't. Craig, why are you watching this game? United going to smash Granada? Because the United fans like me, mate. That's why. I'm not even going to hide it. We get on well. I tell you what, I said this before. I went through a really bad period in my life a while ago. And whilst, of course, the Anfield Agenda family rallied around me because they're amazing. My wife rallied around me. But I'll never forget the kindness that was shown to me by the Manchester United fans. I got dozens and dozens of emails, hundreds of messages. I got DMs on Twitter. And they showed me a lot of love. And they said they appreciate what we do on the channel. And I'll never forget that. Never. I don't like Manchester United as a club, of course, being a Liverpool fan. But I will always have utmost respect for United fans for having my back. I'll never ever forget it. Doesn't mean I want them to win at them though. But, you know, for the fans... They showed me love and they helped me when I needed it, and I won't forget that. Right, we're about to get underway here, folks. Not too long. I will, of course, keep you through the game with some alternative match commentary and try and keep you entertained as we go along as well. Again, this has been brought to you with thanks to our sponsors, the OneFootball app. There is a link pinned to the top of the chat there now. If you haven't downloaded the OneFootball app yet, then shame on you, folks, because it is the best football app out there. It's entirely free, gives you everything you need. Statistics, fixtures, augmented reality feature on iPhone, league tables, transfer news, video footage, everything that you need All your football plays in one. It's the football Bible, basically. That's what it is. So make sure you download it. If you use our link at the top of the chat or in the description of the stream, it lets them know that we sent you. And as always, they've been great to a lot of football content creators. So big shout out to the good folks at the OneFootball app. Right, we're ready to get underway here, folks. Should be an interesting one, this. Apart from the trolls, we Man United fans are really chill people. As I said, mate, showed me a lot of love and I won't forget it. Of course I get bantered, but I don't mind being bantered. But I was in a really bad place and they came out in their numbers, man. In their numbers. And I think they appreciate that I'm unbiased on this channel as well. I'm able to say that Bruno Fernandes was a good player. I'm able to call things as I see it. I think they appreciate that as well. So that's why I like doing the United games, because I get on with the United fans. And I'm not ashamed to admit that. A lot of them are very nice people. I'm trying to get rid of this toxicity from fan content. Doesn't need to be there. I love your lying smile every time you say you hate United. Mate, I grew up surrounded by United fans bantering the shit out of me. And I was one of the lone Liverpool fans amongst them. So yeah, here we go, we're on the way. So yeah, I definitely got bantered by a lot of my United supporting mates. The smile is there because there's always a begrudging respect between the two clubs, mate. Behind the scenes as well, the clubs have always helped each other out over the years when the big moments mattered. Right, here we go. Pogba plays the ball upfield. Dan James is dispossessed and Granada back in possession. They move it quickly out on this left-hand side and look. Here we go. First attack of the game. Ball into the box. Maguire defends it. Second ball's cleared, but Granada have it back left-hand side of the penalty area. Cross comes in. Diving header cleared by Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Rashford's back there and he knocks it back to Luke Shaw. But I think the intent is set very quickly here from Granada, folks. I can see why people were saying to me they've got a little bit about them, because they've certainly said about this start very quickly. Pogba now knocks it down looking for Bruno Fernandes, but the defence of Granada steps in and clears that ball long, but the referee says there was a foul. I think there'll be a free kick here inside the centre circle. I'm very good, thank you, Chicken Boy. I hope you are as well. I hope you're all doing well wherever you're watching from. Love and appreciate you all being with us. Again, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and drop a like on the video. Right, here we go. Granada in possession, right hand side. They launch a ball up the line. Maguire lets it go out because it's overhit and that'll be a goal kick. Interesting to see De Gea back in goal tonight, because I don't understand this decision from Solskjaer to be splitting the goalkeeping duties. To me, I think, and it's my opinion of course, just mine, I think De Gea should be the number one. At the end of the season, if you want to reassess, by all means, but I think it's a dangerous thing when you're chopping and changing keepers. Lindelof now in possession for United inside his own half. He carries the ball forward. Tries the ball down the line looking for Dan James. Again, it's just a little bit overhit and it goes behind for a Granada goal kick. I have to say, like, looking at who's left in the Europa League, you would have to make United favourites to go and win this. I mean, if you're a United fan, let's be honest, I mean, nobody wants to be in the Europa League originally, whether you're, whoever you support, you want to be in the Champions League, but when you get to the latter stages of any competition, whether it be the League Cup, the FA Cup, the Europa League, you want to go on and win it. And United fans should be looking at this, I think, expecting to go on and win the competition. Granada now have it in that left back spot. They launch the ball forward. Soldado gives chase, but it's nodded down. They have it left hand side again. Ball forward. Maguire heads it away. McTominay sticks a foot in, but he's dispossessed and Granada work the ball out right hand side. So I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. I'm not even going to lie. I'm going to get my phone up, open the OneFootball app, open the OneFootball app and get the 11, so I have more ability to quote these Granada players. I'm not even going to lie to you about it, folks. I need a little bit of help on the Granada side until I get to know a few numbers. Anyway, ball goes out, throw into United left hand side, about halfway inside their own half. Shaw still looking for an option, throws the ball infield to Bruno Fernandes. Fernandes lets the ball bounce and he's dispossessed. He gets back though, but Granada still have it. They're looking for options, left hand side. They roll the ball out. Here comes an overlapping player. Here comes the cross deep to the far post. Shaw's there. He gets a touch on it. It'll go out for a Granada throw in right hand side. I have seen some of Villarreal Odegaard 21 this season, and you're right, they are a decent side, but I still think United should have too much for whoever's left in this competition. I mean, Roma in it as well, of course, but to me, you know, I think United deserve the title of favourites to go on and win this. Pogba now carries it forward for United. He switches the ball at left-hand side. That's a nice ball into the path of Marcus Rashford. Rashford now gets his head up. He's got players in the box. Fernandes points where he wants it. It's still Rashford. He tries to strike. It's blocked. Bit of a ricochet, but Rashford then rolls it out to Fernandes, left-hand side. McTominay, he fires a strike. It's headed away. Ball will be coming straight back at them, the goals. Maguire gets it and gives it to Luke Shaw. Shaw looks up now. Greenwood's on the edge of the box. He plays a little 1-2 at Marcus Rashford, then rolls it down the line, left-hand side to Bruno Fernandes. Fernandes tries a little chip, but it's blocked and it'll go out for a throw into United left-hand side. Day's been alright, Joe. Not too bad. Hope yours has been good. There is a Granada player down in the penalty area at the minute, which is just delaying things a little bit. I'm not sure if it's just a lace or if he has an injury, but it is delaying. Getting back underway. Right, we're about to get back. Shaw to take the throw in now for United, left-hand side. Throws it to Fernandes. And it'll be another Manchester United throw in. It is great though seeing clubs like Granada, isn't it, in the quarterfinals of the Europa League? Because if I'm not mistaken, hang on, here's a strike from Pogba, it's blocked. Were they not the club that Tony Adams managed at one point? They got relegated out of La Liga and dropped down into the second division. Am I right in that? And then they got some investment that came back up, or have I got that completely wrong? Who do you think will win El Clasico? I'll be doing that actually on Saturday on this channel. So if you're going to be watching the game on Saturday, tune in. And yeah, I'll be doing a watch along of it here on Saturday night. I think it's the first UEFA European League. Oh, there's a streaker on the pitch. There we go. He's got his codger out. He looks like a lion, this fella. He's got a big mane of hair and a big bushy beard. I can't quite tell you if he's well endowed, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't quite get to see that footage, but there is a man on the pitch there who doesn't give a single shit. How he got into the stadium, I don't know, but he's obviously feeling the heat because he's running around. Maybe he needs to get... He defo needs to get Manscaped, by the way. Definitely. I can tell you that much from what I've seen. I'm not even joking. There is a streaker on the pitch. Hate to be the lad that has to tackle him. Right, I'm not joking. There was really a streaker on the pitch. Right, we're about to get back underway. Throw into United now, left-hand side. They did, I was right. Thank you, Odegaard. I thought I had that memory, mate, of them going down. But yeah, fair play to them. Quarterfinals of the Europa League. Great run in the competition so far. Ball over to Wan-Bissaka now, right-hand side. He does well, brings the ball in field. Looking for support now, gives it to Pogba. Pogba's under pressure. He's dispossessed and he fouls the Granada player. So that'll be a free kick to Granada. And it's a yellow for Pogba. Very early in the game to be picking up a yellow. So Pogba 7 minutes in picks up the game's first yellow card, and it'll be a free kick to Granada. Too far out for a shot, but certainly a chance to get a ball into the box. In fairness to Pogba there, he was given the ball by Wan-Bissaka and he was under a lot of pressure. There was two Granada players right on top of him. He tried to keep possession, but one of them came across his left-hand side, blindsided, and he clipped his ankle. And it was correct free kick and a yellow, but it wasn't a great pass to him from Wan-Bissaka. I've no idea how a streaker into an empty stadium, mate, and that's what baffled me. I had to look up twice to go, what? Where did this lad come from? There's some great leg that lad has some class tattoos, actually. This player, Kennedy. Is he the Brazilian Kennedy that used to play for Shakhtar Donetsk? Is that him? Is that the same guy? That lad has some quality tattoos. His tattoo game is definitely on fleek. Christopher, that's funny, man. Yeah, the pitch does look great. Somebody says the pitch looks perfect. It looked great, Paul. Really good, neat pitch, that, alright. Ah, so it is that Kennedy. Okay, so now there's two players that I recognise from Granada. He was very good, actually. Very good footballer at Shakhtar. Security guard looking for a pay rise. Someone was looking for a rise. Anyway, guys, you set me up there, mate, and I knocked it out. Grab that low-hanging fruit. Right, here's a free kick to Granada. Is he going to have a strike? No, he changes his mind. He puts a little dink in. Looking for Soldado. It's headed away by Bruno Fernandes. And it'll go out for a Granada corner. United players appealing for offside. And I understand their appeals. Yeah, this is why the offside rule pisses me off. Fernandes has to head the ball away because Soldado's standing there in an offside position, and he heads the ball and it goes out for a corner. But he had to head it. It's stupid. It's one of the stupid things about offside. Granada have gotten a corner where it was very clear that if the referee had if he had known he was offside, he never headed the ball, it shouldn't have been a corner. I hate that part of the offside rule. Anyway, Granada play it short, ball into the box, it's deflected, and it goes into the arms of David De Gea. Really silly, that rule, isn't it? You can basically be offside then and play a ball and hope a defender hits it and you'll get a corner out of it. It's one of these things that needs to be fixed. By the way, did you see Arsene Wenger came out and said that they will have automated offsides ready for 2022? Aaron Wan-Bissaka now to Dan James. Pogba cuts back inside, gives the ball back. Arsene Wenger obviously working with UEFA these days. Or FIFA, I'm not sure which one, but he's working with one of the governing bodies. Ball goes out there. Pogba went to ground, didn't get the free kick. It's a throw into Granada, left hand side. No, I'm not a fan of golf, Scotty. I don't really watch. The only golf I ever really watch is the Ryder Cup, mate. But I won't be watching the Masters, mate. No. Ball thrown forward by Granada. It's cleared by Lindelof. Pogba. Rashford does well. He was pulled back. Gets the free kick, and rightly so. Free kick to United. About 10 yards inside Granada's half. Slightly to the right hand side. I agree with you, Rodders. The offside rule, mate, they keep tweaking around with it, and it's a load of me arse, because it's going to end up in somebody picking up an injury or a collision of players for challenges that were unnecessary, because we all know that the players were a mile offside. And situations like just happened there with the corner. Anyway, Granada pinch the ball back. Soldado lays it off. They try and work it left-hand side looking for Kennedy. Aaron Wan-Bissaka steps in, wins the ball, rolls it out to Bruno Fernandes. Fernandes now back inside to Pogba. Pogba's a couple of players available to his left, but gives it back to Bruno Fernandes. He rolls it out to Dan James. James back to Pogba. Pressure comes on from Kennedy. Pogba gives it back to Lindelof. Lindelof now to Harry Maguire. You can see that this Granada team are set up to press and press in the right times at the right areas. Shaw now has the ball left hand side for United, looking for support. Plays it back to Scott McTominay. McTominay to Pogba. Pogba across now to Aaron Wan-Bissaka. By the way, folks, please do feel free to keep us up to date with what's going on in the other quarter-final ties. Granada put that ball out, will be United throw-in. 12 minutes into the game here so far, no real chances to speak of yet for either side. I'm good, thank you. Is it Yuvraj? I hope I pronounced that correctly. I'm good, thank you, my man. I hope you are as well. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, little 1-2 with Fernandes. Granada get enough bodies back though and put pressure on dispossess United, launch the ball upfield. Offside flag is up though, I think. The referee giving a try. I think he's given an offside here, hasn't he? Pogba trying to take the offside free kick. I hear Jesus. I mean, that is the most farcical, one of the most farcical offside decisions I've seen. Like, it was 1 foot inside each half, and I don't know. Anyway, he was given and we move on. But Pogba was trying to take the free kick, an offside free kick in the other team's half at one point. Ball back now at Lindelof. Love the accent. Thank you. Comes naturally to me. Greenwood now. Right hand side for United. Lays it off to Dan James. James holds it up. Rolls the ball back to Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Pogba. Back out to Dan James. Right hand side. James down the line to Aaron Wan-Bissaka. He puts in a cross. Ball goes behind. What's the referee do? He points at a corner to Manchester United right hand side. Mark, why do you need to speak to a United mate of yours? I told you the fucking player was, or the streaker was legit. You don't need to speak to anyone else. I told you it happened. I don't just make stuff up, mate, for shits and giggles. Like, I spoke to a mate of mine. Yeah, the streaker was legit. I told you it was legit, Mark. My word should be more than enough for you, fella. Ball in. Pogba tries to bring it down. It's cleared. I'm not going to start saying things like that they suddenly have wheeled out a roller coaster into the pitch here for the second half, folks. Hang on. There's a candy floss machine on the halfway line here. The lads are queuing up. Come on, Mark. You should know me better than that, mate. Ball rolled out left hand side now to Luke Shaw. Anyone want the candy floss, by the way? I never liked it. Never been my cup. Just too much sugar, even for me. No, the streaker wasn't wearing a mask, actually, Rodders. Very good point, but he did have a big bushy beard and a big head of hair. Shaw now, left-hand side. McTominay, Pogba. Ball switched back out. Rashford tries to control it, can't quite keep it in play, and it goes out for a throw-in. So far, 67% possession to United, 33% to the home side Granada. I have no idea if that's our actual Anfield Agenda Clips channel or not, because we do have a Clips channel. I've got no idea if that's Connor on our Clips channel or if that's somebody else just making an Anfield Agenda Clips account. Either way, if it isn't Connor, prepare to be banned. If it is Connor, cheers. I don't know if he's trying to highlight the Anfield Agenda Twitter or the Clips account, but Maguire in possession for United. Ball up the line. Greenwood. Shaw. Ball switched across now by Rashford. Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Dan James has it now. He cuts in left side. Little 1-2. Gives it back to Paul Pogba. Bruno Fernandes is in the pocket if he wants him. He does give it to him. Fernandes tries the ball out left hand side to Luke Shaw. Granada player gets a head in it. Second ball drops and Granada will clear it long. Ball back with De Gea now. Pressure comes on him. De Gea looks for options. Rolls it out calmly to Harry Maguire. No problem, Scotty. I'm always happy to offer candy floss, mate, where available. Ball out right hand side here, looking for Dan James. Granada's player puts a foot through it. Nice little turn that. But yeah, I think I agree with the referee there. I think it was Kennedy went to ground in a challenge with Aaron Wan-Bissaka, but I agree with the ref far too easily. United still in possession. Aaron Wan-Bissaka now rolls the ball back to Mason Greenwood. Paul Pogba out left hand side to Bruno Fernandes. Fernandes, little ball into Rashford, tries a 1-2. He's blocked off the ball. Referee will bring that back for a free kick to Manchester United. This probably is just in shooting distance. Okay, this is the legit one. Cheers. It's mad that I don't even know what our own logos are, because I don't even have the access to the Clips account. Connor takes care of that one. Obviously, I know our Anfield Agenda logo, but I didn't know which version he was using for the Clips channel. So there you go. Anyway, free kick to United here. Don't forget, folks, if you are enjoying the stream so far, please do hit that subscribe button. I'm sure the referees just moved this back 5-6 yards back from where the actual foul took place, making it harder here. But Rashford standing over it anyway. I'm sure he should have been 5 or 6 yards closer to the goal than this. Well, maybe not 5 or 6, but certainly at least 3. Rashford, strike. It's not great. Goes behind, goal kick. Didn't get the dip on it, and never troubled the keeper. Yes, we will be doing the Euros, Joel. We'll be covering the Euros, mate, yeah. Goal kick to Granada. Launched long. Lindelof wins the header. Granada win the second ball. Played over the top. Kennedy gives chase, but Maguire steps across. He rolls it out to Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Lindelof, Bissaka, little 1-2s between them. Good pressure though from Granada. Aaron Wan-Bissaka. That's a very clever switch across his own goal to Luke Shaw, who has a good bit of space ahead of him now. That was a great spot by Wan-Bissaka. Ball into the feet of Marcus Rashford now. Rashford with his back to goal, turns on the halfway line. Goes past a couple of players, then gets dispossessed. Soldado now. Plays the ball out right hand side as Granada get bodies forward. Ball played across the box, it's cleared by Lindelof. It'll be coming back at them though. Fair play. Bruno Fernandes sticks a foot in though, wins it back for United. Rashford tries to pick out McTominay, but he's taken out again, and that'll be another free kick. A lot of little niggly fouls here from Granada trying to stop the counter attacks of United. You can see it's certainly something they've been they're aware of. Why was Nathan Downey unhidden? Fuck him. He spammed the shit out of the chat. He should absolutely be gone. That's an Nah, that's a bullshit level of spam, and no unbanning him, he's gone. Someone spams the same comment 5 times over the course of a couple of minutes, fair enough, but if someone comes in like him just being a complete clown and had no intention of doing nothing but spamming, nah, gone, bye bye. Ball moved out right hand side. Sorry, Kate, don't mean to undermine you there, but he had no intention of doing that other than be a twat. United on the attack, but it's hooked away. Pogba has it now. Back with Fernandes. Shaw tries to pick out a through ball. It's intercepted, but Luke Shaw gathers the ball back and rolls it across to Pogba. Pogba now gets his head up looking for options ahead of him. He's pretty much on the halfway line. Rolls it across to Scott McTominay. McTominay back out left hand side. Maguire now. 22 minutes gone. Almost pretty much quarter of the game gone here. Still scoreless. Pogba out right hand side to Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Lindelof. Again. No, referee says no foul this time. No foul on Bruno Fernandes. He tells him to get up and carry on. Granada in possession, right hand side. They play the ball back. Fernandes puts pressure on. Ball goes back to the Granada keeper. He takes a touch, sprays the ball out left hand side. It's a little bit short though. Dan James gets ahead on it. And that'll go out for a Granada throw in. Everything's still 0-0 to the elevator kid. Thank you for the update, mate. Craig, do you think you should put slow mode on? No, this is a very slow chat, mate. You want to see Anfield Agenda when it's busy, and I still refuse to put it on. Nah, this is fine. There's only 100 and something people here, mate. We'd be grand sorting out this chat. Don't worry about it. I know you're looking out for us though. 264, but nah, there's no need for a slow chat. It's not moving that fast. How are we all, by the way? Welcome in. My name is Craig. If you're new to the channel, I'm the host here at Mundo Sporto. Please do hit that subscribe button if you are enjoying the stream, folks, and drop a like on the video as well. We're quarter of the way through this one, still scoreless. We did have a streaker though. No joking. There was a streaker earlier on for how he got in. I don't know. Yeah, but he managed to get his way in and get his lad out, and then get dragged off. I was gonna say get pulled off, but that's for another show. Ball back to McTominay. Roll through. Greenwood. Pogba intercepts it. Aaron Wan-Bissaka plays the ball though, but he gives it away. Granada now try an out ball, but Luke Shaw's there to cut it out. Gives it back to Harry Maguire. Maguire to McTominay, who heads it out left hand side. Referee brings it back though for a foul on Scott McTominay. It'll be a free kick to United at 5 or 6 yards inside their own half. I'm not too sure, Scotty. Exactly, we have to have a meeting with Boyle Sports, mate, around what way we're going to be covering the Euros. So I'll get back to you on that one, buddy, if that's okay. Rodders, all I said is get pulled up. That's if you have a dirty mind, Rodders, mate. It's not me, mate. I'm just talking facts. Ball out left hand side here to Shaw. I'm doing good, Vinny. Hope you're all right, mate. Channel needs more subs. We're only new, Holly. We've only been going since December, this channel. So, for a channel that's now, in its 5th month, I think 16,000 subscribers is pretty decent. I'm certainly very happy with how it's going. Fernandez. He's fouled. Oh, no, it's not fouled. Excuse me. My apologies. There was a Granada player down, injured inside the centre circle. And Fernandez put the ball out of play to allow him to get treatment. Apologies, I got that one wrong. Mark said last time there's a streaker involved in the European game in an English club, it was Liverpool Spurs. Yeah, a bit of a weird one, that, isn't it? Haroon said Kennedy was a former Chelsea Newcastle player, and I think Shakhtar, if I wasn't mistaken, mate. But yeah, spot on. Big lad James, you go make as many accounts as you want, mate. It takes me 2 seconds to ban you again, and you go have to make another account, mate. You waste your time all day. I'll sit here banning your accounts left, right and centre, mate. It's not a problem to me. You make 50 accounts, I'll keep banning them. You're the one that's wasting your time, fella. It takes me one click of a button. Fernandez, ball back now. In fact, it doesn't even take me to do it. I just have to wait for one of the mods to do it. So you got a little pat on the head, you petulant little bitch. Now time to go away, get your mother to tuck you in and say goodnight. What are my thoughts on England's chances with the Euros? Couldn't give a shiny shit what they do in the Euros, mate. I'm an Irish person that doesn't really care about international football one way or the other, but I suppose they have a good young group of squad, but I've got to be bluntly honest with you. Like, I don't trust Gareth Southgate to do anything with that England team. He's far too defensively minded for my liking with the talent he has. But, as I said, I don't really care what happens with England, mate. Ball over the top. Kennedy. Strike. Over the bar. Goal kick. Colm, I did not see your email. No. Sorry, mate. I didn't see it. Unless it went into the spam folder or something, buddy. But no, I haven't seen any email from you recently, buddy. I'll check. I'll look for one though, mate. It might have got into the spam folder or something. Who do I think's going to win the Europa League? United. I said it at the start of the stream, mate. I think they should go on to win it. They're on paper the best team left in it anyway. Rashford, left hand side, cuts in, dispossessed though by the Granada defence. Soldado looking to play his way out. Maguire steps in, wins it back for United, gives it to Pogba. Pogba to Dan James. James now has a run, tries to get a shot away. He's dispossessed. Granada players down injured. There's been a lot of players down injured, hasn't there, in this game so far? A lot of niggly little fouls and challenges. I mean, a lot of stop-start. The game hasn't really had a chance to flow yet. Holly said, can I donate? You can, Holly, but look, don't be under any pressure to it all. The super chats are there, of course, but, you know, you don't leave yourself short. That's what I always say to people. Like, we're here, we're grand, we're doing what we're doing, we enjoy doing it. If people throw in super chats and that's great, but don't ever feel under any pressure. Ball out left side now with Luke Shaw. He gives it right back. Course, Granada haven't put the ball out of play. Granada keeper comes and gathers it. Almost at the half-hour mark here. It's still scoreless. I'm good, Sabrek. I'm good. Family are well as well, thank you. Thought we'd have after the first minute or two, I thought this game was going to be a bit of a firecracker, but Granada on the attack now down the right hand side. They just about keep the ball in. What's the referee giving offside actually, is he? Or no, he said the ball did go behind. It's actually a goal kick, excuse me. Referee signalled the ball had gone out of play and it's a goal kick to United. Craig, you're my second favourite streamer, mate. The content is just brilliant. Thank you, buddy. Really appreciate that. Well, with so many great streamers out there, man. Appreciate you tuning in. Appreciate your support. Rashford's just scored here to make it 1-0 to United, and the cameraman didn't show us what's going on, so I'll have to wait and see. But it is 1-0 to Manchester United, but the cameraman just wasn't up to speed, so none of us have a Scooby-Doo what happened. But it is 1-0 to Manchester United, and I will talk you through the goal momentarily. So, De Gea had the goal kick. He went short to Lindelof. Lindelof took a couple of touches, went out to the edge of his penalty area, kept going a few more yards, spotted Rashford, ball over the top, very similar to Toni Kroos's ball to Vinicius Jr. Rashford brings it down, puts it past the keeper. Excellent finish from Marcus Rashford. 1-0 to Manchester United. And again, much as I said about last night, there's two ways to look at this. As a Manchester United fan, you look at this and it's a beautiful ball through. Marcus Rashford controls it magnificently, slots it past the keeper. Excellent finish. 1-0 to Manchester United. Good goal. If you're a Granada fan, you're screaming that how was Marcus Rashford allowed to split through the defenders like that. But that being said, wonderful ball over the top. Very good control and finish by Marcus Rashford. And it is 1-0 to the away side. But again, this is my bugbear with camera people. They are so often obsessed with showing us shit that's not important when the game's still underway and we miss moments like that. It drives me demented. We look up when we see the ball getting put in the net and no one has any idea how it happened. Free kick to United here, by the way, on the edge of their own penalty area. Bruno Fernandes fouled. Mysterious Gamer 66, thank you for the super chat. Said you're a legend, mate. I really, really appreciate that. It was Rashford with the goal, yeah, and it was an excellent goal. Beautiful spot as well, the long ball over the top. Beautifully timed run. It's very, very similar to Vinicius Jr.'s goal that he scored against Liverpool yesterday, or excuse me, on Tuesday. Unfortunately for me as a Liverpool fan, but yeah, there's just nobody came near Lindelof. He just kept carrying the ball forward and eventually spotted Rashford and picked him out beautifully, but no pressure on him whatsoever. And Rashford, it was a good timed run from him, but again, you know, you look at it two ways. Offensively, as an attacking team, great goal. Defensively, it's just they were switched off. Granada try a ball down the line now. Lindelof again does well. Rolls the ball inside to Maguire. Maguire across to Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Fernandes now tries the ball down the line to Dan James. It's a good ball. Can Dan James keep it in? Just about gets there. Whips in a cross. And it's headed behind. I say behind. It actually goes out for a throw in. But Dan James did well to get on the end of that actually. Again, ladies and gents, if you are enjoying the stream, please do hit that subscribe button. Drop a like on the video as well. Bruno, he said, not the real Bruno. Just want to say, love the content. I have a question. How did you make the Mundo Sporto background? It's nice. I didn't do any of it, mate. I don't do any of the graphics or tech stuff. It's done by Connor, who's the other half of the channel, mate. So I can't give you the answer on that one. I know he uses I know he uses the full Adobe suite of products like Photoshop and stuff like that, but after that, I haven't got a clue, mate. I'm not gifted in that way at all. What have we got? Ali said, I would donate, but for some reason you can't donate here in Tanzania. No problem whatsoever, Ali. You being with us, dude, is more than enough. So thank you for being here watching with us. Ball into Rashford. Rashford carries it forward now. Looking at his options, rolls it in left-hand side to Greenwood. Bit of a heavy touch from him, but he keeps possession. Fernandes has it now. Plays the ball inside to Pogba. Little 1-2. Fernandes points where he wants Rashford to go, but then gives it back to Pogba. Pogba turns in field, rolls the ball across to Scott McTominay. Little 1-2 with Bruno Fernandes. Ball between the lines now to Rashford. Rashford to Mason Greenwood. Greenwood runs into trouble. It's hooked away. Rashford's down injured here, by the way. But McTominay carries on. I think Rashford's getting back to his feet. Strike from Fernandes. Takes a deflection. It'll be a Manchester United corner. Looks like Rashford is about to get back up to his feet. It's a corner to United anyway. McTominay played the ball to Fernandes. Fernandes turned, had a quick shot, struck the knee of the defender, and it goes behind. It'll be a corner for United down their left-hand side. Why can't you be sharing with us on your screen? Do you really need me to answer that, mate? Do you think that the company's paying all these millions and millions and millions to get copyright and be able to show the Europa League for me to come on here and show you the game? I'd be kicked off, mate, in 2 seconds. And we don't want to break the rules here because we work damn hard at what we do, so can't show you the game. But sorry. God, my fan on my MacBook's kicking in. Can you hear that? Sounds like a kettle's boiling. It's not a MacBook, Craig. It's an iMac. Know your own computer, fella. Ball now with the Granada keeper anyway. I'm going to move the mic a little bit further back away. Just so it's not as close to the iMac as it was. Granada now tried the ball down the line, but it's well intercepted by Armand Bissaka, and then United players fouled. Free kick. Dan James brought down. Free kick to United right hand side, deep inside their own half. Pogba now. Out left hand side to Shaw. Shaw takes a couple of touches, rolls the ball into the feet of Marcus Rashford. He's dispossessed. Granada hook it forward, but it's only as far as Maguire. Pogba. Fernandes. Back with Paul Pogba. Now it's a free kick to Granada. Luke Shaw's a bit loose in possession. He was dispossessed and then he clipped the Granada captain by the ankle. That'll be a free kick to Granada. Rodgers, yeah, his control was incredible, but I still don't understand why Nat Phillips didn't drag him down by the shoulder, mate, when he had the chance. He actually put his arm on Vinicius Jr.'s shoulder at one point, and I can't for the life of me understand why he didn't drag him down, because Trent was there with him, so he wouldn't have been the last man. Greenwood, he's dispossessed now. Granada in possession, trying to move the ball quickly through the lines. Kennedy. Maguire steps in. Granada head it back in. Lindelof puts a head on it now. Granada step forward and win the ball back. They move it out right hand side. Cross comes in. Soldado knocks it down. They have it on the edge of the box, but Maguire again steps in and clears it. Granada win the second ball. They'll move it out right hand side. Couple of step overs. Cuts inside. Plays the little 1-2. Nice ball out to the wing now. Granada looking to cross on this right hand side. Ball in. It's overhit. Goes past everybody and it'll go out for a Manchester United throw in. Down near the corner flag on the right hand side of the pitch. Rashford scored at us and it was Rashford. Oh, bit loose from Wan-Bissaka, but he gets away with it. Maguire launches the ball forward, looking to release Mason Greenwood over the top, but it's a little bit overhit, and it goes all the way through to the Granada keeper. Is there a fly in my ear or something? 7 minutes or so left in the first half here, folks. 1-0 to Manchester United. That goal came from Marcus Rashford. Lovely ball over the top from Victor Lindelof. Rashford controlled it well, side-footed it past the keeper. Very good goal from a United perspective. They've also dominated possession with just over 70% of the ball. Who do I want to win the game? I'm neutral, Braden. We don't run this channel with any favouritism towards any team. We're entirely neutral. Pinion said, love your videos, Craig. Great content, Liverpool fan. And he said, come on United. Thank you for that, mate. Really appreciate your support. I didn't give a score prediction, Addison. I hadn't got a clue, mate. I didn't know enough about Granada to give a score prediction. Granada now. Referee plays an advantage to them. Eventually, though, he brings it back for a free kick as Kennedy somehow has a strike from miles out, even though the ref had already blown up for a free kick. There's another Granada player down on the right-hand side of the pitch. The whole game's been really stop-start. A lot of niggly little fouls. McTominay picks himself up a yellow card here from the referee as well. He misses the next game. You wonder, though, was that a bit of a... Well, it was a late challenge, but sometimes I often wonder if he thinks, right, well, I missed the quarter-final second leg because we might have this wrapped up and I want to be available for the semis. I mean, the cynic in me always thinks that about players because it's something I do. Maybe that's why I think about it. Ajax 1, Roma 0. Thank you for the update there. A couple of people in the chat, Power Plays and Katie have let us know that Ajax have scored. Granada play a deep cross ball across. Oh, that rattled the outside of the post? It has, and it's gone for a corner. It was a deep cross, and I think one of the Granada players side-footed it from a very tight angle. I think it struck the outside of the post. United player must have got a touch on it because it's been awarded as a corner. Here it is again. Ball played out deep side, side-footed. Yeah, it went out off the post, hit Maguire then and went behind for a corner. So chance for Granada to get a ball into the box here. Right hand side for them. They've got one player in the 6-yard box and then they've got 5 around the edge of the 18 and inside the penalty area. Cross in, flicked on, drops, Soldado, strike, pulls it wide, goal kick. Should have done better than that, Soldado. He had a lot of time and he shit the bed. Didn't even make the keeper work. In these situations, you got to be taking, at least making the keeper work, and therein lies the difference. Rashford got one chance, buried it. Soldado had a chance, shit the bed. McTominay, ball out left hand side, Luke Shaw. Back into Scott McTominay. McTominay plays the ball to Greenwood, but he's sloppy in possession. Granada have it now. They try ball over the top. It looked to me, yes, there was a pull on the shoulder there. Yellow card for Luke Shaw. Referee loves dishing out the yellows, doesn't he? That's 3 alone in the first half. Can't get them out quick enough. Luke Shaw now misses the next match as well. Again, there goes the cynic in me. Thinking he wants to be ready for the semi-final. Little pull on the shoulder. Let's have a look. I mean, there wasn't much in it. It was a foul, definitely, but I don't know. He gets his yellow anyway, and it's a free kick to Granada out on that right-hand side. Craig, would you rather see Ireland win the World Cup or Liverpool win the treble? Ireland win the World Cup, mate, just because I know what it would mean to our country. And you know, Liverpool have won doubles and will win lots more competitions, but Ireland win a World Cup, mate, that would be you know, never going to happen again type of scenario. So for my fellow countrymen, women and children, of course, I'd stick to Ireland winning the World Cup there, mate. I'd have to take one for the team on that one. I mean, I can only imagine that nobody would be in work for months here if that happened. Well, sure, nobody's in work now at the minute anyway, but you know what? Well, some people are, of course. Ball to the edge of the box now looking for Kennedy. He has a strike. Got a hold of it, but it was straight at David De Gea. Corner off the training ground there. Diagonal ball to the edge of the 18-yard box. Kennedy catches it in his left foot, but it was fairly straightforward for De Gea. There's another foul the referees missed out on. Paul Pogba taken out off the ball. And again, this absolute joke of refereeing in European competitions continues. There really is just some absolutely horrendous referees doing the rounds. Greenwood now, right hand side. Good defender from the Granada player dispossesses him. And they try and play it out. Ball held now. Pogba has it. He's dispossessed. It'll go out for United throw in though. Just over a minute to go of normal time in the first 45, folks. And we'll see what the referee adds on for stoppages. Dynamo Zagreb 0, Villarreal 1. Thank you for that update. For a few people, Noah, Elevator Kid. Apologies if I missed anybody else, but I do appreciate you guys keeping us up to date with what's going on in the other game. Soldado now rolls the ball in field. Granada work it out left hand side. Maguire comes across. I think that goes behind for, it does indeed, goes behind for a Granada corner. Jensk said, this is how to donate. Let's all be happy for Rashford and his fantastic team. Again, mate, I seem to be squinting. I can't quite see the last two words you wrote there. Wink, wink. This is a little joke between me and Jensk. I never read out those two words, buddy. But smiley face emoji, love heart emoji, I will read out. And thank you, buddy, for the super chat. You're very generous. Corner here to Granada. Left-hand side. Probably the last opportunity of the first half. Signal given. Ball in. Goes out off Soldado. It'll be a goal kick. And there's been 2 minutes of additional time added on at the end of the first half here by the referee. Half time of the Arsenal game. Arsenal 0, Slavia Prague 0. Elevator Kid said trolling's only allowed when Liverpool are losing. No, trolling's allowed if it's clever. If people come in with some good trolling, like, I appreciate the shit out of clever trolls. Like the guy that asked me, have I ever caught Sonic or have I caught Sonic yet? There's been some trolling that I just tip my hat to and say top notch, but it's just this stupid stuff that annoys me because people just have no creativity whatsoever. Come in at me with some creative trolling and, do you know what I mean? I'll give you your fair dues because I appreciate it. It's an art. It's just a lot of people don't know how to do it. Trolling doesn't always have to be toxic and offensive. It can be witty and funny, and that's the best type of trolling. It's usually meant to provoke a reaction in people, but I like the witty, clever kind of trolling. Granada now have it left-hand side. They turn in field, try a ball down the line. Aaron Wan-Bissaka gets back well, puts it out, and it'll be a throw into Granada left-hand side. Last 30 seconds of additional time at the end of the first half. Craig, did you watch the Bayern game yesterday? I got to watch the second half, mate. Well, I had the first half on, but I had to record a voiceover for some stuff we're doing with Manscaped, and I had to record an unpopular opinions video and do a few other bits and pieces as well. So I only got to really watch the full amount of the second half, but I did have it on in the background as I was recording the other bits. But cracking game that. Fernandez now moves the ball out. Mason Greenwood right in the stroke of half time. Greenwood, couple of step overs, tries to run his way through. Fernandez isn't happy with him. Referee blows the whistle. Half time here. It is Manchester United that lead by 1-0. A very good goal from Marcus Rashford after a wonderful ball over the top from Victor Lindelof. But if you're a Granada fan watching that, you have to say you were caught off guard. But that doesn't take away from the spot and the ability from the long ball through, and of course the control and finish by Marcus Rashford. So it is half time. Here, ladies and gentlemen, let me stop the clock and we'll have a little chat and see how you guys are all feeling. Odegaard said Mbappe scored a brace, but Neymar was fantastic. It was a mental game. It was one of those games that I'd say, from my perspective, obviously, that if Lewandowski was on the pitch, you feel like the score might have been a bit different. But certainly, as a neutral, to watch that game, it was brilliant. It was just non-stop action. It was why we all love the sport, wasn't it? Let's be honest. It was just proper football. Like, I did hear about what happened in the Valencia-Cadiz game, mate. Yes, Valencia players walked off the pitch after one of them was believed he was accused racially, and I don't know if he was or wasn't, which is why I say believe, because I don't know if it's been proven or disproven yet. But I know that they did come back out, and eventually Cadiz, I think, won the game 2-1, if my memory's right, mate. But yes, I know that they did walk off the pitch, and something has to be done about racism, ladies and gentlemen, because, I'm a Liverpool fan, and this week we lost to Real Madrid, and we'd seen Trent Alexander-Arnold and Naby Keita come in for some racism. We've seen it with other clubs' players as well recently, and it's something that we just have to make a stand as football fans and stamp out of the sport. And not just out of the sport, out of society. There's no place for it, there's no need for it, none of us want it. You tell a player they're shit because they're shit, fair enough, but you don't judge somebody or hate on somebody because the colour of their skin, their sexual orientation, their race, their religion. You judge people on the strength of their character. And look, if you want to critique a footballer's ability, that's your job as a fan. That's your right as a fan. But don't be at them. Don't be using racism to disguise your disgusting behaviour. You're not a football fan if that's the way you act. We don't want you in our sport. We don't want you representing our clubs, our countries, or our societies. We want to be an inclusive sport that loves and fosters belief in everybody and brings people together, unites people, and spreads the positive word about the game. That's what football's about. It's not about these idiots hiding behind keyboards, trying to make a name for themselves, trying to get a reaction, abusing these players. What you'll see happen is the players that we love and adore so much, the players that give themselves and us so much of themselves in social media, give us a little insight into their lives, a little peek behind the scenes, gives us a chance to interact, that'll be taken away. And all because of these absolute idiots, these Neanderthals that are wrecking our sport and ruining our societies. It needs to be stamped out. And Jordan Henderson has handed over his social media accounts to a charity to try and help remove this from society. Marcus Rashford has done great work as well. Lots of other players, Raheem Sterling, many players around the world have done amazing work on this. And I am ashamed that in 2021, our sport, the sport that we all love, has to deal with this bullshit. It is absolutely ridiculous. It is not what any of us want in our sport. You want to judge a player on their performance, as I said, have at it. That's your right as a fan. But you will never, ever have the right to judge anybody because of their skin colour, their ethnicity, their religion, where they come from, who they love. That's none of your fucking business. Your job as a football fan is to talk about the performances on the pitch, and that's it. After that, take it as a privilege, not a right, that they give us an insight into their lives and their behind the scenes and their families, because it is a privilege. Because I remember growing up reading Shoot magazine and all those type of things, and they were the only little glimpses we got, or an interview on Match of the Day. These days we've been spoiled to get an insight into their lives. It's given us stuff to aspire to. It's been used to do creative and positive things. The work Rashford has done, feeding hungry school kids, absolutely amazing. They don't deserve this. Nobody deserves it. So it is something we need to get out of our sport. And it's something that I'm really passionate about as well. Because on top of that, it affects people's mental health. These people, it doesn't matter how much money you have. It doesn't matter. When people say things about you, to you, that you already are aware of yourself, or that, people point out flaws in yourself that you already feel, it doesn't help anybody. It helps nobody, and it doesn't do any good. I'm sorry for my little rant, but it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous that in this day and age we're still having to put up with this shit. I mean, we should embrace multiculturalism because it gives us new insights, it gives us new music, it gives us new food, it gives us new cultural things to learn from, it gives us new understanding of people, and we all have a lot more that brings us together than divides us. We're all more similar than we think, so don't be afraid of different people. Embrace it, and embrace people coming into your country, and embrace people that you haven't seen before, and you might learn something fun. You might find a new recipe that you like, or you might find some new type of music that you love, but judge people on the strength of their character, as I always say, not on their religion or their race or their sexual orientation or anything like that. I mean, this is going to be a bit crude now, but my rule is basically, if somebody's a cunt, I'm going to call them a cunt because they're in that way, not because of anything else about them, but because I don't like their personality. And that's all of our rights as human beings. But yeah, sorry about a bit of a rant there, but I should probably lead in and remind you that today's Watch Along is being brought to you with thanks to the good folks at the OneFootball app. The OneFootball app is the best football app in the world, bar none. It is entirely free for you guys to download. You can do so with the link at the top of the chat right there now. It's entirely free, as I said. That link will bring you straight to either the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store. It lets them know that we sent you their way. We wouldn't be able to do what we do without the support, and many other football creators as well, of the folks at the OneFootball app. You get your stats, statistics, you get your transfer news, video content, augmented reality features, everything that you need. It's a one-stop shop for all your football needs, and they're a great supporter of football fan content. They really are. So if you get a chance, you haven't downloaded it yet, if you want us to continue doing what we're doing and continue working with the folks at the OneFootball app, please do use that link at the top of the chat or in the description. As I said, it is entirely free. Right, folks, anyway, second half to come up here. First half pretty much dominated by United, I think it's fair to say. Sorry, folks, I just got to send Connor a quick message. Connor said to me, by the way, because I'm often on the phone and I'm messaging somebody or I'm replying to other things at the same time, and Connor said to me, I'm the loudest tapper of a keyboard he's ever heard in his life on a phone. He said it sounds like I'm trying to punch the phone when I'm replying. Sorry, just had to send him a quick message. Rodder said, you delivered that speech so well, Craig. I couldn't agree with you more. I think, mate, look, I don't know whether I did or didn't deliver the speech well. That's not for me to say, but I think I always speak at my best when I speak openly and honestly and from the heart, and that's what I've done on all the content, and it gets me in trouble at times because that passion when we're losing from a Liverpool perspective or whatever often has me pointed out as an embarrassment. But you know, people say, look at this lad shouting, screaming and cursing, he's an embarrassment to the club. But I'd say to these people, watch our content, watch what I do, watch us on Anfield Agenda or Mundo Sporto, and you'll see that 99.9% of the stuff that we do is positive. It is there to inspire people, it's there to include people. And I am a lunatic when I watch Liverpool play, but I promise you I don't play up to the camera. That's me. Ask anybody that knows me, ask my wife, anyone that's grown up around me. When I watch Liverpool, my heart rate goes through the roof, my blood pressure goes through the roof, and I am a raving lunatic. It's not put on for the camera. I try and use the platform in a positive way because I feel like we have a social responsibility and can help in some small way to enact and influence people. And I don't say the word influence people from a point of view of influencer by this stuff. I mean to just let people know that certain levels of behaviour are not acceptable. And it's something I feel, maybe it's because of my age, maybe it's because I'm getting on a little bit, I don't know. But I don't like when people pick out the clips of me and it really hurts me. Honestly, it does. It really hurts me as a person when people judge me off a 30-second clip from a Liverpool game when we're losing. And mostly because I've been on the cop or I've been around Liverpool fans or any football club's fans. I don't mean I shouldn't even be just pointing at Liverpool fans here, but any football club's fans. If your team's losing and something goes wrong or a player misplaces a pass, we all scream at the TV. We all tell them they're a shithouse. We all tell them they should have done it better. So to those people that point at me and call me an embarrassment and say that I'm a disgrace to my fan base, I would say to you that I probably do more to unite a fan base or bring people together than most of these people. And please don't judge me on a 30-second clip, because that is me at my absolute height of emotion. And I'm an emotional dude. That's who I am. And I won't apologise for it, nor will I ever change. All I can try and do is make sure I don't say stuff that I can't take back. And that's an internal battle that I have all the time with myself. But it's very difficult when people, like, you know, people say to you, you're fat. I'm aware I'm fat. I'm very aware I'm a fat dude. I am very aware of it. It is the thing I am most insecure about. And I don't rewatch any of our content. I listen back to it because I want to, you know, see what I can improve. But I don't even look in the mirror when I go to the bathroom. I'm grotesque. I'm disgusted at my own appearance. So when that's pointed out to you by other people, it hurts. Of course it hurts. The bald thing I always laugh at because I'm not bald. I'm bald by choice. I've explained this numerous times. Yeah, I'm a 40-year-old dude this year, so I'm going to have a little bald spot at the back of my head probably, but I have a full head of hair, so I'm bald by choice, so that's laziness. The egg stuff doesn't bother me, but like with the footballers we spoke about earlier on, there is stuff people are insecure about, and nothing hurts more, nothing rams closer to home than when other people point out the stuff that you're most insecure about. That hurts. It does hurt. I'll laugh it off at times, but off camera, I have to say it does. I'm aware I'm fat. I don't need someone else to tell me. Do you not think it hurts me when I look in the mirror, or do you not think that I'm aware of it? Same with anything. It's like slag me because my content's shit. No problem. Tell me you don't like my opinion. No problem. We'll discuss it. But it's that stuff that I can't be doing with, and it's that stuff that I don't see why people feel they need to go for it. Judging people or having to go at people on their appearance, it's just laziness. Have a go at me. Tell me my opinion shit, or I don't understand formations, or you don't like the logo that we use on the channel, or the sound is crap, or any of that stuff. And I'm here, and I'm here to have a conversation with you, and I'll interact with you. But as always, I'm honest. So yeah, some of this shit does hurt, but I will never let it stop me. And I know a lot of other YouTubers feel the same way. It's I watched that Caroline Flack program a while back, and God, that was tough to watch. And I think people need to watch stuff like that to see what. Often it's people like myself who shouldn't really be in the public. Like I'm not emotionally built to be an influencer or on camera or put myself out there to the world. I'm not emotionally equipped to do it. I know I haven't. And I take a lot of stuff to heart, and a lot of stuff hurts me, but I'm also somebody that won't quit, because I'm not going to let people... I'll quit when I want to quit. I'll quit when I think I've achieved enough, or when I can't do any better. But I think people need to understand, like, really put yourself in the position of the other person. Would you want somebody to say that to your brother or sister, your mother, your best friend, your neighbour, your granny? Do you know what I mean? I mean, think before you type, because a lot of the time people project their own hurt and insecurities onto others, and we've all done it. I've angrily tweeted. We've all been at it. I'm far from a perfect human being. I've made mistakes. I've said things I shouldn't have said. But, just think before you type. I have this rule where I try and say, I won't write anything on social media that I wouldn't say if the person was standing a foot away from me. And that's kind of a rule of thumb I've always tried to use. So yeah, this has been a weird half time, by the way, hasn't it? It really fucking has. But it started off about racism, but you know me, I often go off on tangents, and I'm very open about things, because I believe we should be able and proud to be able to speak up about our flaws and our insecurities and stuff that bothers us, and we shouldn't feel ashamed about it, because if you don't speak about these things, if you don't try and address them, if you don't talk to your doctor, your friends, your mates, you'll end up in a bad place. So I'd always urge people to speak up, come forward, talk to your mates, your families, your loved ones. It's a difficult time in the world right now. We're going through stuff with COVID and lockdowns and being isolated, which is against human instincts. And so this is why I love doing what I do. This has gotten me through lockdown. This has gotten me a whole new group of people that I class as friends, whether it be 86,500 friends on Anfield Agenda or 16,100 friends on Mundo Sporto. It's a privilege and it's an honour to be here chatting with people from around the world, and it's something that I don't take for granted. So yeah, cheers folks. It's been a weird out first half, but I'll lighten it up for the second half, I promise you. How long do I plan to do YouTube? I don't know, mate. I mean, I'm a dude that lives in a council house, and I'm on disability allowance. There's no secret in that. I don't take a wage from what I do. But I hope to take a wage and turn it into a business at some point, and I hope to buy the council house I live in, and I hope to give my family a better life. But to do that, I've got to keep my head down, graft, and hope that it works out. And if it doesn't, fuck it. I've tried and I've enjoyed it, and I've met new people and had a laugh. But I don't really have a time scale on it, mate. Like anything else, it'll come to its natural conclusion whenever it does. But yeah, anyway, here we go, second half. Let's get back to more fun stuff. And again, thank you to the OneFootball app who are sponsoring today's watch along. If you haven't downloaded the app, there is a link at the top of the chat and in the description. OneFootball, the best football app out there, bar none. It's entirely free. As I said, your one-stop shop. You got your transfer gossip, your league tables, your statistics, augmented reality feature for iPhone users, loads of new features coming as well. And most importantly for me, they've been great supporters of football fan content. So thank you to the guys of the OneFootball app, and please do use our link and just let them know that we sent you their way. Favourite Man U player? I don't have one, mate. They're Manchester United players and I'm a Liverpool fan. There are a lot of good players, but I'm definitely not using the word favourite. Anyway, Alex Telles is coming on second half. I think he's replacing, Luke Shaw. He's definitely replacing Luke Shaw. Shaw picked up a yellow, obviously, in the first half, and Alex Telles on for the second half now. Second half about to get underway. Granada playing from left to right. United with that one goal lead. Marcus Rashford with the goal in the first half. Right, we're underway in the second half. Bandroxen said, I respect the crap out of you as a man. Thank you, buddy. Lots of love right back to you. And you don't know how much that means, mate. You really don't. Right, cross in from Granada. Ball goes out. Is it a corner to take a double ricochet? It is a corner. It's a corner to Granada, right hand side, right at the start of the second half. Do I think Liverpool would get 2 goals at Anfield? I do, but I don't know if we won't concede them, mate. That's the thing. The possibility of scoring 2 is definitely there, but you know we can't. Look, we'll go through that, mate, in Anfield agenda loads of time. But let's concentrate on this one for the minute. Corner to Granada, right hand side. They go short. Kennedy has it now. He rolls the ball back again, set piece to the edge of the box, and then they overhit the ball. The last part of the jigsaw. They tried the short ball down to the edge of the box, and they tried to whip across deep into the 6-yard box, but they overhit it and went behind for a goal kick. Cameraman again doing his usual trick of not showing us the ball. So the United are about to take the goal kick, and he shows us Granada player. Did he not learn his lesson, or did they not learn their lesson in the first half from the goal? No, we need to see the ball when it's in play there, Mr. Cameraman or Camerawoman. McTominay. Back to Maguire. A little bit of a heavy touch, but Maguire manages to regain possession. Then he gets fouled, and it's a free kick to United inside their own half. Sean said, Craig, I agree what you said on selling Salah. Again, thank you, mate. Appreciate that, but gotta try and stay focused on this one, buddy. As much as I'd love to keep talking about Liverpool, we're here today to do a watch along of the United game against Granada. You bring so many fans from different clubs together in this community. Thank you, mate. As I said to you, I'm not saying I'm on a one-man crusade, because I'm not, but I don't think there needs to be as much toxicity in football fan content as there has been in the past. Here, take another £2. You really deserve it. Thank you, mate. But look, you're very kind. You don't appreciate it, man, but don't be putting yourself out. But I appreciate the support. Ball to Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Scott McTominay now. Granada in possession, press from United, Dan James. Sorry, I had to peer over my monitor there for a second because I've got my iMac there, my TV's behind it, and a corner of it's blocked off, so sometimes I have to look around my monitor. Rashford heads the ball up, heads the second ball, still in play. Another free kick here, Dan James fouled. No, actually, the referee's given the free kick to Granada. I apologise. I thought he'd awarded it to United, but he hasn't. He's changed his mind and given it to Granada. Right, ladies and gentlemen, do me one little favour. If you are enjoying the stream, firstly, thank you for being with us. I really appreciate it. But if you can take a second, hit that subscribe button. Drop a like on the video. It only takes 1 second, but it really means a lot to us. Granada in possession now. Try a diagonal ball out to that right-hand side. Telesh appeals for offside, but the Granada player turns him inside out and then whips the ball across, headed away by Harry Maguire, and it will be a corner again to Granada right hand side. If I could get one Man United player in the current Liverpool squad, who would it be? It'd obviously be Fernandes, mate. I mean, I wouldn't mind Rashford either, don't get me wrong, but you know, we'd love a playmaker in behind the front three, or depending on how we set up, if it's a 4-2-3-1. But yeah, Fernandes, obviously we could do with somebody of his ability to pull the strings behind the attacking players, but Rashford's a good player as well. This time Granada play the corner in. Paul Pogba puts his head in it, nods it behind. It'll be another corner to Granada right hand side. Cave said, hey Craig, Barca fan, unlucky versus Real, hope you get to win at Anfield and go through. So do I, and I'm also a Barca fan, mate. They are the only other club in the world that I give a shit about after Liverpool, so I hope that as well, for the same reasons as you probably. Strike, ooh, that was a decent strike that from distance, but De Gea got his body behind it. Kennedy it was again. I mean, Kennedy's been involved in a lot of long range shooting here for Granada, and there was another volley that, again, he got on target, got over the top of the ball, controlled it well, but it was straight at De Gea. United now down this left-hand side. Dan James. Oh, that's a yellow all day long. He's being taken out of it. Completely taken out of it. And I think the Granada player wants to be substituted now. He's after signalling to his own bench. Duarte now misses the next match for Granada. So he fell, and it was an awful foul on Dan James. I mean, it was a very, very cynical foul. So Dan James goes down injured, and Granada player injures himself, fouling him, and picks up a yellow card. Dan James receiving a little bit of treatment now on his right knee. It was a very cynical tackle, to be fair. Completely, he was never getting near the ball. It was at least a yellow all day long. De Gea or Alisson, I'm always picking my Brazilian Adonis, mate. I'm always picking that moustache over anybody. That beautiful Brazilian goalkeeper. So look, I respect De Gea, and he's an excellent keeper. But I'm picking my boy Alisson. Although he has, he should have saved the third goal, by the way, for us. I think against Real Madrid. I think once he gets hands on that, he should have got a stronger hand on it and touched it around. But you're talking about two great goalkeepers there, both of them. It's mad that a lot of people are saying De Gea, which I've no problem with, but the reason I say it's mad is because I agree De Gea is a great keeper, but how Solskjaer is dropping him for Henderson, I can't understand at times. Now, he's playing tonight, De Gea, but to me, that there should be no argument in that decision for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. It should be David De Gea until the end of the season minimum, and then make your decision. Free kick to United now anyway, left-hand side. Alex Telles whips it in. It's a good delivery right into the danger zone. Granada player gets his foot on it, puts it behind. It'll be a corner to Manchester United, left-hand side. Penalty for Ajax in that game. Thank you, mate. Telles comes across to take the corner here now. I say Telles, it's Telles, isn't it? I keep getting it wrong. Anyway, Alex taking the corner here for United, left-hand side. Ball whipped in, doesn't beat the first man at the near post. Second ball's headed down to Rashford though. Rashford a step over, rolls the ball back to Greenwood. Greenwood whips in a ball. It's a good cross that. Maguire scurries across, keeps it in right-hand side. Lays the ball back to McTominay. Harry Maguire now. He cuts inside and then he's brought down. It'll be another free kick to Manchester United. Wide right-hand side. This was just, it wasn't a cynical foul. It was just a little lazy trip, I should say. And that Granada player who picked up his yellow card, Duarte, he's about to go off now, I think with an injury. It is pronounced Telles. Oh, then I got it right. Go me. Thoughts on Ireland's World Cup qualifiers? Are you really asking me what I think about losing to Luxembourg, Mike? Mate, come on. It was tough, wasn't it, man? It was tough to watch. Free kick here, right hand side. Fernandez whips it in. And it's cleared by Granada. Aaron Wan-Bissaka hurries back under a little bit of pressure, but he gives the ball back to David De Gea. De Gea now looks up, assesses his options, waits for Lindelof and Cole to get back, so he's a few different passing options and rolls the ball out to Victor Lindelof. Lindelof now carries it forward a few yards. Again gets his head up looking for that ball that he found Marcus Rashford with. Tried the exact same player, same outlet, but he overhit it this time and it went through to the Granada keeper. Do I think Anfield is big enough for Liverpool? No, I don't, mate. I mean, Anfield, we could sell out 90,000 every single week minimum. There's a waiting list for the waiting list, but it will be increased when the Anfield Road end is done, and it will bring it up over 60k, so heading in the right direction. Ball down the line. Fernandez can't quite get there and it goes through to the Granada keeper. What happened in that Ajax game with the penalty? What happened there? Did they miss it or was it not given or what happened? Ajax 1, Roma 1. Let me just check on all these latest scores. 1 second. Right, so it is Ajax 1, Roma 1. Ajax missed the penalty. Tadic missed it. So it's 1-1 in that game. Roma have just equalised. Still 0-0. Arsenal, Slavia Prague. Villarreal 1-0 up away against Dynamo Zagreb. It's Puskas has 1-1 in that game, mate. Roma scored. Granada now dispossessed Bruno Fernandes. You feel Granada need to get a goal here. They really, they're going to Old Trafford with United having an away goal and Granada losing, Solskjaer would be looking at that, rubbing his hands together. It's okay, Morthy. I like a good old dad joke every now and again, mate. Ajax will take them to the cleaners. That's okay, buddy. No need to get your coat, mate. I've made plenty of them myself. What is coming up here on the next few days? Right, what have we got? Let me have a look at my schedule here, folks. So on Saturday, obviously, I'll be on Anfield Agenda doing a watch-along at the Liverpool game against Villa. Then I will be back on here on Saturday night, folks, at 7:45. And I'll be doing a watch-along of El Clasico. So hope you can join me for that one. Really looking forward to that game on Saturday. So I'll be back here 7:45 to start the watch-along. Make sure you've got your notifications turned on. Make sure to hit that subscribe button as well. Drop a like on the video. And if, great to have you with us here tonight. But I hope to have you back on Saturday for what is a massive game again, El Clasico. Fernandez flicks the ball out right hand side. Pogba rolls it across to Maguire. Good footwork by Maguire. Shot. Ooh, not too far away. It was good work by Harry Maguire, that. Zip past the challenge. Opened up. Seen it open up in front of him. Said, why not have a crack? Just pulled the shot a little bit wide of the keeper's right hand post. But still, it opened up in front of Maguire. So I can see why he took the shot on. El Crapico, said Haroon. The best one ever, by the way, is the Los Angeles derby. I'm not sure if some people probably know this, but so there's LAFC and there's LA Galaxy. The name of their derby is the best name ever. It's called El Tráfico. I'm on stitches the first time I heard that one. El Tráfico. I'm not even joking. Of course, then there's the Super Classico as well, isn't there? Boca River. But yeah, El Tráfico had me in stitches the first time I heard that. And I do love LAFC's kit, by the way. It's beautiful. I have one of the older ones from when I think it was their first season. And I love the black and gold colour of their kits. How are you, Craig? Have you ever been to Achill Island in County Mayo? I haven't. I don't think I've ever been to Mayo, Michael. Rashford now, he's dispossessed. Although a friend of mine lives in Mayo and he's going to be getting married the next year or so. So I'll probably be heading to Mayo for that wedding. Again, Granada had a good chance there to try and pick out Soldado with the far post. But United got enough players back and took a deflection. It goes behind for United, corner right hand side. Oh, Boca versus River, mate. That's one of my dreams, is to go to that game. I know Kevin Bridges, one of my favourite comedians, also a massive football fan. I remember listening to him speaking to Graham Hunter, and they were talking about that game. And I'd love to go to that game. Boca River played someday. What a game that would be! I'd be frightened out of my wits, not because of fear of being hurt, just because of my anxiety. But I'd love to get there somehow. Ball overhit. That wasn't a great corner. Goes behind for a goal kick. How can I become a moderator? We don't need any more, Ali, at the minute. We've got plenty on the channel. The channel's slow enough that, I could probably take care of the chat on my own if needed be. But again, I will keep you in mind further down the line, my man. Fernandes now. Ball whipped out left hand side. Telles. Rolls it down to Dan James. James now. Bit of pressure on him. He goes back to Paul Pogba. Pogba across to Bruno Fernandes. He's looking for options. Nothing on, so he goes back to Lindelof. Little 1-2. Fernandes now moves the ball out right hand side to Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Aaron Wan-Bissaka goes round the outside. Cuts back in. Couple of ricochets. It's a corner to Manchester United. The last went out off the Granada defender. Corner to the United right hand side. Ball in. Goal kick. Went off the head of Pogba. Didn't trouble the keeper. Goes behind, goal kick. There's just a little conversation here going on between our mods. You're both right. I did say to get people that were spamming a lot, but as Tyler has pointed out, mate, and TTV Club, you've been playing a blinder lately as a mod, so hats off to you, and Mark as well. But yeah, that gentleman was in and was nice the other night and isn't a known spammer, so as much as Christensen Anderson was spamming there, I think we give him a second chance, if that's alright, because he was in the other night and he was nice, so we'll give him another chance. If he does it again, by all means, but on this one, there were some good points raised on both sides there. Do I know Houlden? Yes, I know Theo. I've done the preview show with himself and his dad, and I know it was Theo's birthday the other day, so as I said, happy birthday to Houlden. Himself and Mark Goldbridge actually share a birthday. So, yeah, lovely fella Houlden, and delighted to see him hit 500,000 on the channel. Deserves it. He's a lovely guy, and wish him all the best with his channel. And his dad's a legend as well. And Grandad Barry even gave me the seal of approval, so there you go. Ball out left side. Again, United on the attack. It's clear though, and it will be a Granada ball. Emmett said, I'd love if Dybala moved to Liverpool. It's mad. Dybala's always linked with moves to England, isn't he? And nothing ever seems to come of it. I wonder, is he going to be like that kind of Jesse Lingard type player where he does great things in certain moments, but then goes through long periods of not doing so well at the club that he's been at the longest, and then gets a move away and explodes like Lingard has at West Ham. Ball across there from Fernandes. Defender puts a foot on it. It goes behind. It'll be a corner to United right hand side. Edinson Cavani getting ready to come on now for United. Getting some last minute instructions as he lashes the water into his hair just to make sure it's nice and slick. Corner comes in. Goes over everybody. Falls to the edge of the box. Alex Telles has it. Gives it back to Mason Greenwood. Greenwood puts in a cross. It's headed away by Granada. Dan James heads the second ball. McTominay plays it out right hand side. Defender flicks it back, but only as far as Bruno Fernandes. He fires a deep cross. Easy enough though for the Granada keeper to come in and collect. Referee said, I think he said Pogba fouled somebody, so I think it's a free kick to Granada. Do I think West Ham will make the top four? They've got every chance, mate. I mean, obviously, as a Liverpool fan, I hope they don't, from a selfish perspective. But what a season it's been for David Moyes and West Ham. And they've as good a chance as anybody, mate. And they keep grinding out wins. And, the league tables, it doesn't lie. So if they're there at the end of the season, they'll be there on merit. Dan James, left side for United, to Rashford. Good bit of footwork by him, but he's dispossessed then eventually. And he fells the Granada player. Free kick to Granada. 25 minutes to go here, folks. 1-0 to Manchester United. Marcus Rashford with that goal after a lovely ball over the top from Victor Lindelof. Kind of very similar to the ball Toni Kroos played the other night for Vinicius Jr. that broke my heart as a Liverpool fan. Rashford, I think it is, was going to be replaced by Edinson Cavani here. Rashford getting a bit of a rest for the last 25 as Cavani comes on. Finally, Craig is giving credit where it's due. Mate, I always give credit where it's due. Always. I'm somebody that always gives an honest opinion on something, mate. I'm not saying I say the right things all the time, but I always try to give credit where it's due. I'm not somebody who, is blinded by my own love of Liverpool. Am I a fan of GAA? Kind of yes and no. I don't watch it as much, but I do. Like, I played it all the way through primary and secondary school, but I don't watch it enough to say I would be a fan of it these days. No, but I do enjoy it. Don't get me wrong. Like, if a game happens to be on and I'm sitting down, I'll watch it. Absolutely. Kennedy strike again. No problems for David De Gea. He actually shouts at his defence, "Why didn't you block him off?" Basically, I think I'm interpreting that as what he was saying, because they backed off and allowed Kennedy to have a strike. De Gea got behind it, but I think he was asking why didn't the defence step up. Any advice on getting a partner? Nah, no, don't be asking me that, mate. I've been blagging it for 20 years now with my missus. Still don't know how she puts up with me, Lewis. All I'll ever say, mate, is be yourself, and genuinely, ladies do like a lad with a sense of humour. So, yeah, develop a sense of humour if you haven't already got one, mate. And if you can make a lady or a guy, depending on what your preference is, if you can make a person laugh, then you're not off to a bad start. But I do wish you love, mate. I hope you find it. Another foul here in this game. It's been a very stop-start game, hasn't it? But we're back on the way. The free kick's taken quickly. Granada move it out left-hand side. Granada in possession. They cut back. They've kind of been limited, haven't they, Granada, to Kennedy long strikes. Can't keep the ball in play there. It goes out for United. A United throw in left hand side. Let's have a check in, shall we, on the other European fixtures, folks. As things currently stand, still Ajax 1, Roma 1, Arsenal 0, Slavia Prague 0, and Villarreal still 1-0 up away at Dynamo Zagreb, and United, of course, 1-0 up here against Granada. United tried a little bit of interplay down the left-hand channel there, but it goes out off Bruno Fernandes for a Granada throw-in. 3/4 of the way through this one, almost. Are we there? Yeah, we're at the 3/4 mark, just past it. Can you imagine Steve McManaman giving relationship advice during a game? Mundo's great. I don't, honestly, mate, I don't. There have been some great football commentators over the years. Peter Drury, somebody who I have the utmost of respect for, and a lot of them, but it's dull as shit. And it's the reason why people are turning to fan content a lot more, because we've got freedom to have a bit more humour and a bit more fun in what we do. Granada have an opportunity here left side as Aaron Wan-Bissaka comes across, but ball in, Kennedy, it's over the bar, but it's often very English centric. It's also very, some of them, just because you were a good footballer, and a lot of these guys, of course, on there were amazing footballers, but Michael Owen is dull as dishwater. Steve McManaman is an awful pundit. And I just think they try and con the public, and I'm fed up of it. There's no emotion. I mean, there have been some great moments, of course, over the years. Some amazing football commentary. They think it's all over. It is now. As much as I despise Martin Tyler, that Aguero moment is sensational. But the times are changing, and people want a bit of life in their commentary. Strike, deflection, twitchy bum time there. The ball was played across, De Gea was coming, it took a deflection, it goes wide, it's Granada corner, but yeah, that deflection could have taken it anywhere. And it all came from Granada dispossessing United very quickly in midfield. ELC said, personally, I really like Ray Hudson for beIN Sports. My dream, and I'm not joking, mate, I've said this before, my dream is to replace those two absolute shithouses on beIN Sports. And it's my opinion. I think that the two dinosaurs that have no place in the game anymore, Keys and Gray. My dream is for me and someone like Oldbridge, let's say, as a joke, but me and someone to go over there and, become the new face of beIN Sports and bring the next generation through. And my dream job would be to go over there to live and work in Doha for beIN Sports as a presenter. I would absolutely love it. And ESPN. I wouldn't mind working for ESPN in America either, but that is my dream job. I've said it before. Working for beIN Sports to replace Keys and Gray, who have no business being in this sport anymore. Their opinions are bullshit. They're there as sensationalists, and apart from their extracurricular activity, shall we say, I don't see what they bring to football anymore. Maguire now misses the next match as well, so that's 3 United players I think that have been ruled out of the next match with yellows. Maguire this time guilty of holding on to Soldado. I've heard great things about Robbie Fowler's podcast, Gaza, but I haven't listened to one yet, but I have heard great things. And Peter Crouch, by the way, I mean, we spoke about new football pundits. You gotta love Crouch. Love Crouchy and pundit. And actually, Rio Ferdinand's not too bad at times. Sometimes he's not, but I don't mind Ferdinand. He's not bad. Ball in, headed away by Maguire. I mean, there was one piece of insight. I think it was, I've seen Mourinho and Wenger give insight and as pundits, and I've been blown away by what they've said. It was amazing. It was stuff that, and I've seen some other footballers as well. I've seen a very good piece recently from who's the keeper? Used to play for West Ham. Oh, his name slipped my mind at this moment in time. Rob Green. I've seen a very good piece from Rob Green recently on analysing a goalkeeping position and a goalkeeping howler, and it was brilliant. And that is top tier punditry, but some of them are just awful. United in possession now, centre of the pitch with Paul Pogba. Yeah, it was Rob Green. It was a very good piece, Rob Green. I think it was on Monday Night Football, and it was excellent analysis from Rob Green. Dan James with the cross now. It's a little bit over hit, goes past Cavani, and it goes out for Granada, throw in left hand side. Micah Richards, yeah, he brings a bit of fun to it as well, George. Micah Richards is a very good pundit. Yeah, I like Micah Richards. He always has a smile on his face, always has a laugh, and seems like he's having good fun, and that's what it should be about. Doesn't always have to be so serious. I like Micah Richards. Yeah, that's a good shout, mate. Pogba's about to come off now to be replaced by Nemanja Matic for the last 17 minutes here, folks. Michael said, as a United fan, I love your content. Thank you, pal. Appreciate your support. Guys, if you are enjoying the stream, please do take a second, hit that subscribe button, drop a like on the video as well. Roy Keane annoys me sometimes. Sometimes I think he's a little bit too sensationalist, and that's coming from me. Sometimes he makes valid points, but I think he hams it up a little bit at times. To me, I don't know if a lot of people would know, Irish people will, but there's a guy in RTE called Richie Sadler, and to me he's brilliant. I love Richie Sadler. I love the work he does. Owen McDevitt, who's another Irish presenter, does stuff for Premier Sports. I think he's brilliant. All the lads at Second Captains as well. There are some great football commentators and pundits out there, but there is an awful lot of pony as well, let's be honest. What have we got? 264 said match of the day is full of average pundits. I don't actually watch much match of the day, to be honest with you, mate. I always have a bit of time for Ian Wright, because he has a soft spot for Liverpool, I think, and I like Ian Wright. I just like Ian Wright as a fella. I think he's honest as the day is long. But I don't watch enough of match of the day to really have an opinion on it. Is it true? I remember at one point they were talking about when Gary Lineker retires. Is it true that Jermaine Genius has been lined up as the next presenter of Match of the Day? Ball goes behind, goal kick to Manchester United. 15 minutes to go. Thoughts on Cara and Neville? I think that Monday Night Football is the standard, I think, or by that all football content should be based off. Monday Night Football with Neville and Carragher, I think, is the best show, bar none. Another show that I really love is the European Goal Show on BT Sport with James Richardson. That show's amazing as well. Lindelof gets the pitch and wedge out, works out left hand side. Telesh back to Maguire. McTominay does well, but referee awards him a free kick because he was being dragged back. Still no no change on any of the other games, by the way, folks. Still as we were a few minutes ago. McTominay across to Maguire. WFM, yes, deal. No problem, mate. Remind me and I will absolutely make that happen, mate. Zig and Zag. I want a moped on the show with Zig and Zag, mate. Funnily enough, and how fucking ironic is this? The show was called Too Fat, but it was, with a PH and not an F. But yeah, I want a moped on a show with Zig and Zag. So there you go. I think I was 18 at the time. Maybe I was 17. 17 or 18 at the time anyway. And I want a moped. It was a music quiz show. Ball goes behind. Nothing to do. 13 minutes to go here. Yeah, I had to sit on it more and do the old vroom vroom beep beep thing. I'm sure you know the show, mate. If you know the Zig and Zag, I'm sure you remember it. Ray Darcy hosted it. But yeah, I had to sit on it and do the vroom vroom beep beep thing. I never actually got the moped. I sold it back to the shop because I was driving at the time, and I bought a better set of decks. I bought my first set of Technics 1210s, and I think a Newmark mixer at the time, if my memory's right. But yeah, I was on that show. I'll never forget the question as well. That bear with me. When next time the ball goes out of play, I'll talk you through it more. It's odd. It was a kind of an out of body experience. Maguire now in possession. He rolls the ball across the back to McTominay. So the format of this, McTominay just goes back. The format was you get some questions at the end, but there was one basically difficult one. You get some questions that are quite easy for shittier prizes, and then you get one question for the big prize. And United worked at that right hand side here with Cavani. Back to McTominay. He switches play across to Alex Telles, left hand side. Telles rolls it into Dan James. If this comes to nothing, I'll explain it. Maguire. Yeah, they're going backwards. So basically, it came to the last question. And the question was, which Irish band featured on the song Saltwater with Chicane? So, I drew a blank completely. No idea. And to this day, I still swear that Ray Darcy telepathically gave me the answer. Because with 1 second left, I just shouted out Clannad. Don't know where it came from. No idea. Just shouted out Clannad, it was the right answer and I won the moped. But still to this day, I don't know where the answer came from. Free kick there for Soldado. Foul by Maguire. Sorry to hear that you've been abused, mate, on social media, Lewis. I deactivated my Twitter, mate, for a similar reason. So don't listen to them, buddy. Just be yourself, man, and don't listen to any of the nonsense, mate. People are a bit too quick to be abusive at times. I've no idea if Gerrard is better than Dalglish because I wasn't around to watch Dalglish play, Emma. I was around for the entirety of Gerrard's career, but I only caught Dalglish as a manager, mate. So I never had the pleasure of seeing Sir Kenny play. So yeah, I mean, that's for people of an older generation than me to maybe make that decision. No worries, more it was yeah, it was a mad moment. I don't know where the answer came from. I'll never know. Oh, Granada almost on the counter there. Matic steps in. He has his pocket pinched. Well, he gives the ball away, I should say. Granada now on the counter. Left side strike, deflection, and it'll go behind for a corner. Soldado had dropped off into the left channel, but the Maquis, I think his name is, decided to drive on himself, had a strike, took a deflection off the United defence and went behind. So it's a Granada corner, left hand side, as we move into the final 10 minutes of the game. Signal given, in comes the corner. It's deep. Granada get ahead on it, but it drops, and United, no, Granada get there first. Ball's played out off Aaron Wan-Bissaka, and it'll be a Granada throw in right hand side. Still no change in any of the other scores. 1-1 the Ajax Roma game, 0-0 Arsenal Slavia Prague, Villarreal 1-0 up away Dynamo Zagreb, and of course it's still 1-0 to United here in this one. Diaz with the throw in now, goes long. Granada have it on the edge of the box. Strike, another deflection. Teles puts his foot in it, gets it away. Cavani now plays the ball into the right channel looking for Bruno Fernandes. Can he keep it in play? The answer is yes. Fernandes now awaits support. Rolls it towards Greenwood, but Granada get enough players back and win it, and they start an attack now. Stephen Porter, thank you for the super chat, buddy. Said we're beating Real on Wednesday, Craig. 7 is coming. I'd love it, mate. Oh, that'll be an emotional stream if that happens, pal. Dan James now has it for United, left hand side. He's got space to run into. Dan James, still James, carries it forward, cuts it in his right foot to Fernandes. Fernandes now. Oh, it's cleared. I was sure that was going to be number 2 for United. Good goalkeeping, good save. Fernandes gave the keeper the eyes, but United are still in possession. Dan James again. Matic now, ball played across. Soldado now has it on the edge of his own penalty area. He turns into trouble and is fouled. That could and maybe should have been number 2 there for United. It was a great counter attack. Dan James in possession. Fernandes came with the overlap, rolled it out to him. He would have been offside, actually. Looking at the replay, would have been offside. If there is VAR, actually. Is there VAR in this one? I'm not sure. Good save by the keeper nonetheless. Silva. Donny van de Beek getting ready to come on here for United on the sidelines. Arsenal have gone 1-0 up. Yes, correct, mate. Pepe with the goal. Thank you for the update. Carl and everybody in the chat. Loads of people let me know. Thank you. Appreciate that, James, as well. And Dabrowski plays as well with the update there. Yeah, Arsenal 1-0 up. Nicolas Pepe with that goal. There is VAR, well then it would have been ruled out. Matic has got himself a yellow card as well. That's I think 4 United players that have been booked so far. Elbow into the face. He did elbow him in the face. In fairness, whether intentionally or not, he did elbow him in the face. So free kick here to Granada. Very, very wide. About 20 yards inside the United half, right hand side. United have a defensive line about 4 or 5 yards ahead of their 18-yard box. It's Van de Beek on for Mason Greenwood. 6 minutes plus stoppage time to go. Free kick here to Granada. Here comes the free kick now. Ball's crossed in deep. Goes out for a corner. Was headed off the back of Nemanja Matic. I think it goes out for a corner to Granada left hand side. Headed away by Maguire. Ball back in. Again, it's headed away. Someone said, what's my favourite Liverpool shirt this season? The teal coloured one, mate. The away one. Oh, good tackle that from Fernandes. But then he's dispossessed. He looks for a free kick. Referee gives it to him. Says he was pulled back. Free kick to United deep inside their own half, right hand side. 2-1 Roma. Wow, they've turned that one around, haven't they? And thank you for the updates, James and everybody else in the chat. Power plays as well. Max Gardner. Ibanez after Pellegrini scored. So, yeah, that's some situation there for Ajax. They went 1-0 up. They could have had a second, but Dusan Tadic missed a penalty. And now it's come back to bite them in the arse as it's 2-1 to Roma. Taylor and family and myself are all good, buddy. I hope you and yours are as well, and lots of love to your family. Another substitution here for Granada. Soldado coming off. He's going to be replaced by Suarez. No, not that Suarez. As 4 minutes to go here. Granada really looking to try and bring something to Old Trafford for the second leg, because United have the away goal and the lead. It's shaping up like they'll be favourites to get their spot in the semi-final. Glad to hear all is good, Haaland. Always happy to hear, mate. Maguire now. Back to Lindelof. McTominay gives it to Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Again, back to Lindelof. Just about game management now from United, seeing this through. And they've got their away goal. They can take a clean sheet back to Old Trafford as well. They'll very much fancy themselves to go through to the semis. Fernandes. Back to Lindelof. Again, he's taking his time as he rightly should. Moves the ball across to Maguire. Maguire to Bruno Fernandes, who skips past a couple of challenges. Spreads the ball across right hand side to Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Matic. Again, United just moving the ball around. Just a reminder, folks, before we finish up in a few minutes, today's Watch Along has been brought to you in association with our friends at the One Football app. There is a link pinned to the top of the chat and in the description of the stream to download the app. It's entirely free. You can get it in the Google Play Store, the Apple App Store. But if you use our link, it lets them know we sent you. The One Football app is the best football app out there, bar none. It is completely free. You get all your football statistics. You get your league tables. You get your analysis. You get your video content. Everything you need to keep the football fan happy. Ooh, header from Cavani there. I think was there a collision? The referee's pointing for something. I don't know what he's pointing for. Is he giving a penalty here? What's he doing? I've no idea what's going on here, folks. Bear with me. And again, thank you to the folks of the One Football app. He's got a yellow card in his hand. He said he's listening for something in his ear. Yellow card. Referee's waiting. Are we checking for a penalty here, I think? Hang on, let's have a look. Telles gets the ball. Cross comes in, yeah. There's an arm into the face. Yeah, arm into the face of Fernandes. Clear as day. Penalty. Yep, correct decision. Penalty to Manchester United. Stupidity from the defender. But no denying it. Good spot. That's what VAR is there for. That's what VAR used properly. Fernandes went down, clutching his face. You can see from the replay, there was an arm to his face, no doubt about it. Bruno Fernandes now has a chance to pretty much, I think, put this tie to bed. People can say it was soft. I think it was a legitimate spot on penalty. Put his arm to his stupidity from the defender. No need for it. Free would have been given anywhere else on the pitch. So why not? Bruno Fernandes now steps up. Keeper stares him down. Bruno Fernandes. Keeper's laser focused. Fernandes steps up. It's just creeped in. It's 2-0 to Manchester United. Keeper guessed right but couldn't keep it out. Fernandes has his goal. United have their 2-goal lead. Keeper feels like he should have done more, but it was tucked into the corner. Keeper gets the right way. Initially I thought he'd saved it, but it squeezes under him into the net and it's 2-0 to Manchester United. Bruno Fernandes has his goal. United have a 2-goal lead to take back to Old Trafford. They'll fancy themselves to get through to the semis now after that. And again, just some stupidity from the Granada defence, giving away an unnecessary penalty, and they pretty much buried themselves now. Very good finish from Fernandes. Keeper guessed right but couldn't keep it out, and United are 2 goals to good up. Oh, and we have an update coming in as well, folks. Slavia Prague have equalised really late on against Arsenal. So it's Arsenal 1, Slavia Prague 1, and again Roma 2-1 up away to Ajax as well, and it's still 1-0 to Villarreal against Dynamo Zagreb. 4 minutes of additional time have been added on here by the officials in Spain. Harry Maguire is down now. United have a free kick. I don't understand why people call him Penandes. I'm a Liverpool fan and even I don't get it. Like, he takes their penalties. I don't get it. What do you want him to do? Miss them so he can't? Like, he takes their penalties, he scores or he misses, whatever happens, but that was a foul. Like, if that was anywhere else on the pitch, that's getting given as a free kick. So to me, it was the correct decision, and I think calling him Penandes is lazy. Again, I went back to earlier on, like I was saying about trolling comments and stuff. I don't get that type of stuff. I mean, somebody has to take the penalties. Same for Liverpool, same for Real Madrid, Barca, whoever. Somebody's got to take the penalties. The Arsenal game isn't going to extra time, Tyler, because it's the first leg, mate. Granada on the attack now. Ball through left side. Lindelof steps in, nicks it away. Good tackle there from Aaron Wan-Bissaka to win the ball back. Goes out off the Granada player and it's a goal kick to United. I understand people think United get a lot of penalties. That's a different conversation altogether. It's got nothing to do with Fernandes, but I have my own theory on why United get penalties, and I spoke about it in Anfield Agenda earlier on. Well, I didn't speak about United directly, but it's because they've got a lot of fast forwards, a lot of pacey runners with quick foot movement, and often at times they get clipped. It's why it annoys me that our players, Mane and Salah, don't run at defenders directly anymore. You get penalties by getting yourself into those positions. Now, it's not for me to decide if things are or aren't a penalty, but you've got to get into those areas for them to be awarded. And I think a lot of teams with players like Mbappe or Rashford or pacey players, they often get fouled, stood on, nudged, whatever when they're at pace. And if you don't break into the box, you don't run directly like that, you don't get the penalties. That's my take on it, and it's not just from a United perspective, by the way. I mean, each penalty should be addressed on its individual merits, of course. We're almost at the end here. Ball down the line. They're looking for Dan James. He pulls it across looking for Bruno Fernandes. It's hooked up in the air by the Granada defender and it's collected then by the keeper. Just over 10 seconds to go here. Again, I just want to say thank you to OneFootball for all their support as well. You can download it from the link at the top of the chat or in the description of the stream. That is it, ladies and gentlemen. The referee has put the whistle to his lips. Manchester United have gone to Spain and beaten Granada by 2-0. First goal scored by Marcus Rashford after a wonderful ball over the top by Victor Lindelof in the first half. Very similar to Vinicius Junior's goal the other day. Second goal was a penalty from Bruno Fernandes after he received an arm to the face. Referee heard from VAR, pointed to the spot, gave the penalty. Fernandes tucks it away. United have a 2-goal lead in their back pocket to take back to Old Trafford for the second leg. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Please do hit that subscribe button before you head off. Drop a like on the video as well. Really appreciate your support here on the channel, wherever in the world you're watching. Thank you for being with us. Thank you again to OneFootball, who've been our sponsors on today's watch along. And yeah, look, lots of love to you all. Stay safe. Be